Hey guys, welcome to Heavenly Minded Homemaker. So I've shared with you guys these past couple weeks, but we are talking about minimalism around here. So if you haven't seen the first couple videos, definitely go back and watch those. I shared the why and the reasoning and all of the things of why I think this is really an important part of being a keeper at home and the things that we do in our home. So this week, I want to share with you guys the process. This is how I go through and I minimize the stuff in our home, keeping the essentials and letting go of the excess. This is how I do it. I'm going to show you guys with my baking pantry back there. My baking pantry. We live in a home that was built in the 1970s. It has been a rental for far too long. I have no fancy, cool anything. The layout of our home is very awkward, very weird. It doesn't make sense. My washer is in one room, my dryer's over here in our food pantry. I mean, everything's just kind of wonky, but we make do with what we have, and that's just fine. So I have this one little pantry over here. I have like a main pantry that all of like our food is in and things like that. But then I have this other pantry that is this teeny little pantry with little wooden shelves in it. It's really deep. It's kind of just very awkward to get to anyways. And it has a door on it though. And when we moved in here, our third daughter was like going on 3, and now we have a 2-year-old. So having a little closet with a door on it is like a lifesaver when you have small children who get into everything. So this poor baking pantry, as I call it, is where I was keeping all of my like baking stuff and things of that nature. That way it was up at, I'm 5'7", so if I could have something up higher instead of having to bend down to pull out all of my bakeware. I enjoy baking. It's something I love doing. We usually do it at least every week with our writer's tea time that we do with the kids, and then just regular meals and stuff too. So having all of my baked good supplies like up somewhere that I can easily access them for me was great. It left us room for the regular food items that everybody else gets into in the pantry, and then I could easily access this stuff. But over time, with having small children who get into everything, so many things end up getting crammed into this pantry because it's somewhere with a door that the little ones can't get to. And so all kinds of stuff just happens to live in there. Well, the other thing that happens is because there is a door, stuff kind of gets thrown in there, the door gets shut and gets completely forgotten about. So then, usually at least once a season, I will open the pantry and go, this is ridiculous. I need to deal with this. So one, sometimes people put stuff in there that, it's not me putting it in there. So then stuff just gets added in. Sometimes I don't have time to deal with something. So it kind of just gets crammed in there and I put it out of sight and out of mind. And then other times the seasons of our life just change. Things that I needed and I was using a ton of, the season prior, maybe really has served its purpose and is no longer needed. And so it needs to be passed on to someone who can actually enjoy it and use it. So I'm going to show you guys my process from start to finish of how I go through and minimize something. And look at this. If you are overwhelmed by your home, you need to scale down, you need to simplify, but you have no idea where to start. Sometimes the best place to start is a little closet or a drawer. I say maybe it's not a whole room that you can tackle. Maybe you're not ready to tackle your entire kitchen yet. Maybe you want to just start with one area of your kitchen and work through that, and that's fine. You start with a little area. It's like the snowball effect. You do a little here, a little there. Next thing you know, you really get in the habit and routine of doing it. It picks up some momentum, and it really, really does pay off. So pick a spot, even if it's just a little cupboard, but pick something that you're going to notice the difference of. I think that's where you really get to reap that benefit of minimalism and simplifying your home when you do it in a space that you're going to truly notice. If it's some closet in a guest bedroom that you access once a year, you're probably not going to feel the effect of that day in and day out there to help you in building this momentum. So I definitely recommend picking a space, even if it's just a little drawer or a little closet, but somewhere that you are definitely going to enjoy and reap that benefit from having it simplified. So let me first give you guys the before tour. I have done absolutely nothing to prepare the space. This is in all of its messy glory, what it looks like right now, full of just I honestly don't know what all it's full of. So let me show you. All right, so this in behind the curtains here is where our dryer is, and we have some like 3 or 4 wire shelves, and that's our like food pantry. This here, behind this little skinny door, hello Jerry, is the baking pantry. So let me show you guys. Look at that. Literally from the top all the way down, crammed full. This is so awful.
Someone should really get on top of it.
Yeah, someone should really deal with this. So this is going to be our family project today. Travis, thanks for bringing it up. I had at one point, yeah, he's trying to go hide now, put command hooks on here to hang my e-cloths. And this is the e-cloth for my mop. This is like to light the fireplace, my little duster. I did have a rhyme and reason for everything in here at one point. As you can probably tell, that rhyme and reason is it's pretty much gone now. So I do like we keep the trash can in here again, because closed door with a 2-year-old having a trash can put away. Hey Jerry boy, anything fall down there? Having that in there is definitely helpful. Ideally, this was like my cleaning supplies, extra egg cartons for the chickens. This was my basket of like extra microfiber cloths and candle wax, things like that. This was all baking supplies. We keep our knives in here. Again, with just having small kids, it was better. And then I honestly don't really know what's happened. Back here are extra towels. I've got like half a dozen or so towels for each season, and I just swap them out. Birthday party banner that I bought and was like, oh cool, I'll just buy the nice, more expensive one now, and then we'll always have it and we'll just use it around the year with everyone. And then I put it up there and kind of forgot about it. So there it's lived. Oh, hey, and the broom that we keep in there, so that way she can't get it. Are you gonna sweep? Yeah. She does good for a while, and then she gets a little crazy and starts spinning in circles and wax stuff, so can't really trust her. So anyways, this is the baking pantry. It is an absolute mess, and we need to deal with it. So shortly after turning that off, the baby took the broom and knocked over the dog water back there and spilt water everywhere. So that's the baking pantry. That's the mess we're going to deal with today. So my step number one, whenever I minimize any space, be it a closet, a drawer, an entire bedroom, is that I start by taking everything out of the space. Literally everything. If I'm doing like an actual room, I'll even take the decor off the walls, pictures, curtains, everything. I strip it down to bare basics. If I'm doing like the living room or the kitchen, I don't necessarily take like the table out or the couch out if obviously that's going to continue to live in that space. Any smaller furniture and things like that you can totally take out and kind of reevaluate if you need to have them in there. But if you have like really big core pieces, I guess that could be for artwork too. If you have like really big stuff that you know isn't going anywhere and is a total pain to move out of the space, okay, leave it. But the other point of taking everything out is it gives you the great ability to scrub the whole space, because that's step 2. Once I get everything pulled out, I scrub everything down, give it a very thorough cleaning, and then that way the space is totally good to go. So if it is a big piece of furniture, you know, if you can't get it out of the room, at least move it so you can clean under it, clean the piece of furniture itself. Just get everything nice and clean. So that's what I'm going to do. Step 1, I'm going to shout for all the kiddos to come in and join me, and we're going to get everything in that baking pantry pulled out and just set on the dining room table. And then I will be able to clean out the space very, very well, wipe everything down in the baking pantry, and then the work really begins, because we'll have to go through all of the stuff that is pulled out. So step 1, get everything out of the space. Okay, so my teenager just came in who was like, Mom, you might not want to have them come help you right now. All 3 of the girls are back in the bedroom, like playing super sweetly and having a fun little time doing their own thing. So when you've got 3 little girls who are like happily content and doing something, usually best not to interrupt that. So I'm going to start pulling everything out of the pantry, and then maybe they'll come join me. right, I got some helpers. Lily, you want to come help too? Good job. So everything that's in here, we got to take it out and put it all on the table. We're getting there. Okay guys, this went from being like fun and exciting to straight up embarrassing, I think. We are sitting here looking at all of this stuff. Glasgow, it's okay. Hey, no, stop barking. We're looking at all of this and then looking at this itsy bitsy little pantry. I don't really know how this happened. And this is just a piece of it that you guys see back here.
No.
And this is, I think, what happens when you've had a really busy season in life. Our past season of life, honestly, starting from last fall to now, which it's the beginning of March, has been insane. Honey, yeah, don't open any of that. It's been absolutely insane. And I have not had, we've just kind of been on survival mode, okay? So let me show you guys what we found, again, in my teeny tiny little baking pantry.
Here.
Okay, so Trav's gonna hand it down. He's getting. Oh, thank you. And an egg. Is that it? Just this one? It's almost your birthday. All right. So Travis is gonna hand you stuff, and that's got light bulbs in it. So please set it on the counter carefully. Travis is gonna get the stuff down from the top. Here, Jen, grab that from Bubba. See all that stuff? Grab it from him, and then just come set it over here on the counter nicely. Okay? Let me put this egg away. This is ridiculous. No, ma'am. Yes, I know. Okay. Guys, this is the problem when this happens and you don't realize how much you have ended up with. You guys, this is out of control. How the heck did all of this plus all of that, Kate, go put them over there, please, plus that end up...
That's my job.
And this really isn't the biggest, you guys, if you look at this. It's pretty. So I've got that little shelf up there, this shelf here, that shelf there, and that little one. Whoops, come on, camera. And that little one there. So Lily's getting everything out on the bottom. You guys, this is ridiculous. I had no idea. Okay, you need to stop helping. Thank you.
We don't even need some of this.
So my husband was laughing hysterically though, and he was like, oh my gosh, look, it's like shopping. We have all the things. So now we need to start going through it. If anybody needs anything, come over to our house. We'll hook you up.
I need this.
No.
You need starch plus flour. You can get that.
Okay.
A whole thing of sugar.
Seriously though, the problem with this is so many of these things. Okay, girls, you go. Okay, thank you for your help. Now, no, put it back. Thank you. Now I'm done with your help for now. So the problem is there's so many of these things that we've needed. Okay, honey, please stop. Okay, now that we've pulled everything out, I've got to sort through it, and you guys rummaging is not helpful. That's the hardest part of minimizing with kids. So many of these things are things that we need. The dog is so excited. But because stuff has been put in the pantry and I can't easily access it, baby, you don't need a scraper. Thank you. Because, can you guys play with her while I do this? Because I can't easily access all of these things, unfortunately, I end up buying more thinking that I don't have said item. Like, Travis goes, why are there so many oven mitts up here? And I said, because I have a set for each season. In my head, I truly felt that I have only purchased one set of cheap oven mitts per season that I swap out with my towels. And he goes, then why are there two pumpkin ones? And I said, well, because there's the one that your hand goes in and then the flat one, right? He goes, no, there are two sets of pumpkin oven mitts. It's like, kid, no, there's not. I am mindful and I only buy one set per season. And he said, what about these? And I said, I think I forgot that I already owned a pumpkin set. So then I bought another pumpkin set. So even if you think you're being mindful and paying attention to the things and staying on top of it, if everything is put up into even a tiny little closet and it's out of sight, out of mind, you're gonna forget and goof on things like that. So now we need to go through all of this. Okay, so step one was get everything out of there. So everything, top to bottom, even the trash can, everything is out and everywhere. Olivia, that's not hat, baby doll. You're so silly. Are you gonna go hang out with Lily? Or paint? Okay. So everything is out. Now I am going to take my E-cloth microfiber cloths and I am going to scrub everything. I mean, I'm gonna do the door here. I'm gonna get up in here from the very top. Oh, those are like shish kebab sticks that they forgot up here. I don't even want to tell you guys how many years ago we bought these and never used them. Again, very embarrassing. Okay, so I'm gonna get in there and I'm going to scrub everything down. Look at this awesome 1970s linoleum we have in there. And look at how many like dust bunnies and gunk. Ugh, so gross. So the other thing I'm going to do is this pantry has been fairly disgusting since we moved in here. I am pretty sure nobody has like touched up paint or done anything since the 1970s. So since I am already in progress this week, since we don't have school, of trying to do home projects, I'm gonna go ahead and take the time, after I clean all this, I am going to paint the inside of the door and the inside of all of these walls, because I already had paint out. My plan was to work this week in painting the inside of the other cabinets. I'm gonna paint everything just white. I use semi-gloss. Glasgow, shh, that dog is so loud. Glasgow, you okay? Yeah, he's loud. I'm going to paint everything inside with just a white semi-gloss. I'll show it to you guys. I buy this big, huge tub. I usually buy one per year. And I just buy this big, huge from Walmart, ready to use white semi-gloss. It's like 40, 50 bucks. And I paint everything the same and I use semi-gloss. That way I can just wipe it down with a microcloth and it's super, super easy. But the next thing is I bought this marble contact paper to do all of the kitchen cabinets. And so I'm going to go ahead and put it on these shelves as well. So that way, while I'm at it, this space will not only be clean and simplified, but it will be something pretty and enjoyable that serves a better purpose for our family than it currently is, storing all of this monstrosity of stuff. So that's what I'm gonna get working on. Okay, the one bad thing about fixing up one area is that now I want to fix up all the areas because now I'm realizing just like if you have a fresh coat, especially white paint, fresh coat of white paint on something, you look at everything else and it's like, ugh, no matter how clean it is, it's not as crisp as a fresh coat of paint. So all of the stuff, obviously, is still everywhere. It's only been, has it been 2 hours since in between? And I've stopped a few times. We've got lunch cooking, but let me show you guys what I got done. You guys, look, can you even tell the difference? Fresh white paint on the door, and all of this from the top all the way down. I even did the side support beams. Everything is a nice fresh coat of white paint, and it is so much better. So I scrubbed everything that was in there from the floor, cobwebs up in the ceiling, everything, scrubbed everything down with my microfiber cloths, and then I've given everything a coat of just white semi-gloss paint. Again, I love the white because it's super clean and I can see where dirt collects, and then I can easily take my microfiber cloth, since it is the semi-gloss, and I just scrub everything down. I even like going down our hallways, I get my microfiber mop and I scrub all the walls every, once a month, every couple weeks, depending on how dirty they are, with my microfiber cloth. Hello, Lily Bee. So now I need to sort through all of this stuff. No, Lily just walks through. I also scrubbed down, these are all of the boards that were in there. I pulled off the old contact paper. There were a couple layers on some of them, but I cleaned all of these down. And now while the paint dries, I'm gonna go ahead and put this marble contact paper just on these boards. I am gonna wrap the top and bottom since you see the bottoms of the upper shelves. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap those. And then while everything is drying, I will sort through all of the junk. Minus them. So I'm gonna sort through all of this stuff and I will show you guys kind of that process and how I break that down. You got kind of quiet, Trav.
Yeah, I did.
They're making.
No, Dad needs to call someone, don't you, Dad?
No, they're making fun of me. Okay, so all of the stuff that got brought out, it probably still looks the same, but it's organized now. There's a method to my madness. A lot of stuff in the trash. All of this stuff is separated now, though. So bright white door. Everything now is nice and clean. Marble shelf in there. Nice, white and clean. No more stain.
Tell everybody what you learned today, Heidi.
Okay, I'm going to tell everybody what I learned today. So what I learned is that I start many projects.
I barely think. Yeah.
So what my husband and son are having a blast laughing at is what I have learned is that I start many projects, usually don't get to finish them, and then when I put stuff in my magical closet, because it actually has a door, I forget what I've bought. And if anybody needs like sugar for the next 6 months, I have plenty because I keep buying it thinking we're out. I have like replacement spices to every spice that goes up in my spice cabinet that I forgot we had. I have enough olive oil to fry food for days. Oh, let me show you the difference in my towels real quick. Also coconut oil. I've got plenty of coconut oil that I keep buying, so I'm going to need a container. Oh, and okay, so I'll share this. I thought we were out of apple cider vinegar, so I was going to go to the store this week to buy more, and then I found this like nearly over halfway full. So, nobody worry, I have apple cider vinegar. So,
remember that one time that you wouldn't.
Okay, so the story about my towels is I was fairly certain that I had about a nearly even set of towels for each season. So on the top shelf, I keep the extra towels, and every season I switch them out. It's nice to kind of change it up. I was pretty sure that I had about the same amount. So we pulled them all down. I pulled out the ones because we need to switch out the winter ones anyways, and I separated them to make sure that, I had the different sets. Let me show you. So my spring towels, which apparently there's only like 2 that are technically spring. I threw this one in here because I felt bad. Summer, I've got a few. Fall, I have all of these, and like 4-ish wintry ones. Technically these 2 are fall, but I put them over here so this wouldn't look as bad. Yeah, a lot more fall. So in going through separating my piles, I've got like this, our power company once a year, you can get like a whole huge box of, get out of stuff, please. What are you doing? Please. No. Okay, so here are the birthday banners that I had bought and then put up and promptly forgot about. Yeah, they've eaten and everything. You guys probably need some water. It is Virginia. It is her birthday literally in a couple weeks. So I am going to hold on to these, but I'm going to move them down somewhere that I will actually reach them and use them. A power company sends, or you can get a box of LED light bulbs once a year. So we've got all of our light bulbs in there, extra fuses. Don't you already have a cup?
I need 2, one for me, one for you.
Okay. This I got this when I was pregnant with Olivia because I didn't want to take the glucose test, so they just had me check my sugars for a couple weeks to make sure everything was good. I feel bad to get rid of it because it's a good thing to have, but we also don't really need it, so I don't know what to do there. Our knife block, that'll go back up there. These are cleaning paper towels that my brother-in-law uses. Here's our extra hand soap. Hand soap lasts us quite a long time because I dilute it in our foam pumps, and I have this one too, so plenty of hand soap. These are our cleaners. Again, I get the concentrate and then just dilute it in these glass bottles from Grove Collaborative. So I've got those in there. A couple extra cleaners. These are my husband's stuff, so I don't really know why I have them in here. This is one I'm kind of kicking around. I don't need this mixer. I don't use it. I have a stand mixer and I mix a lot of stuff by hand. But my aunt, who passed away about a year ago, this was one that she gave to me. And so I really should let somebody else have it because I have absolutely no need for it. But I don't know. I'm still kind of struggling with that a little bit. So it's just kind of sitting here. I also found I love Puracy products. We haven't had the money to purchase them in like 2 years. And so apparently I've had a thing of body wash that I didn't realize I had sitting in there that I probably keep finding and going, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. And then I leave it in there. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to set it over here. I'm going to take this to my bedroom later. So I have it. Turkey bag, Thanksgiving time. I always get a turkey bag. So that was fluffed over. Rolling pin. This flour I just bought. I have to go through this. I haven't made it through this basket yet, but this is usually my basket of stuff that I like quick grab. Extra light bulbs, smell things, plant food, my cloths. So that. Coconut oils need to be combined. Look at all of this, you guys. I keep buying yeast, thinking we don't have any. I keep buying garlic, thinking we don't have any. I keep buying vanilla, thinking we don't have any. And apparently cocoa powder. So, when you... Yeah, I know. I thought we were out of vanilla. I almost bought more the other day. Please stop. So again, if you can't see the stuff you have, you're not doing yourself any service stocking up because you don't use it. I love your little hat. Let me see you in your hat. Very cute. Okay, so like over here, this is some chicken stuff. This is from Hanukkah. It needs to go get put up. This is all stuff from when I used to make like tooth powder and different things for... Okay. If these girls, one more time, I might lose my marbles. I keep chocolate chips, white chips, and cinnamon chips for different baking stuff. The kids keep walking by and swiping them. I usually try to keep all of this baking stuff on hand, so that way for like writer's tea time and different things, I just have baking staples on hand good to go. So I like to buy the big, these were just extra juice jars I have, but I like to buy the big mason jars, store stuff in, sugars, flour. I couldn't fit all of it in, so I've got a little bit left in this bag. Dried elderberries for elderberry syrup. Wax paper, tin foil. I think I don't really use plastic wrap. I can't tell you the last time I used it. I think we've had this from when we needed it for something for one of my weddings, and I don't use it. So I don't know why I have it. I don't use plastic bags, but I did finally get a set for something I don't even remember. So I do have that. Things like this. Mixing bowl. This is my like mom's box of special treats that nobody's allowed to touch. Sifter, a bunch of oils, like I said, a ton of spices because I've been buying spices and then forgetting I have them. I just got these the other day, you guys, and I'm so excited about them. These are charcoal bags that you just put out in the sun to charge, and they will last for years, and they purify the air. So we've got them in our bathrooms because we don't have good venting, and so the just mold and moisture and everything in there. But then I have this one that I'm just letting hang in there since we have our trash can in there. Knives, of course, will go back up. Some first aid stuff, cleaning stuff, baby stuff. So these are all the things. Okay, so point being, that's all of the stuff. I've at least looked through it and organized things. So now the main point of it all. So first you clear everything out, then you clean it real well, possibly paint it and recontact paper it too, if you're in the midst of doing that. But third point being, I am going to put back only the stuff we literally use. So the items that I actually go to that closet and open up to get out to use on the norm are going to be the only things I put back in there. So if I know I'm going to be using it, within the next few weeks, those are going to be the only things that I put back in there. And then we're going to see what's left after I go through that. This is the part where you have to be for real with yourself. What do you and your family truly, literally need in the immediate future to be using? That's the only stuff that goes back, especially when you're talking about a practical room, like a kitchen, a bathroom, bedroom, you know, things like that, of what you're practically using day in and day out. So that's the stuff I'm going to put back now, and then we'll see what's left. Okay, I'm going to try to get this done before I run out of daylight, but honestly, I started this 12:30-ish, I think, and it's going on 4:30 now. My brother-in-law was even super sweet and volunteered to go pick up pizza, so I don't even have to cook dinner. I have put away just the stuff that I know we are going to be using here in the immediate future. There are some random things still floating around back here. Most of that it's stuff we don't need, so it's gonna go. Some things have expired, so they're gonna get thrown in the trash. A couple things are things that I can drop off in my next thrift store run. A lot of it is just kind of chaos and trash, to be honest, but let me show you my space that is now cleaned up and taken care of here in my baking pantry. So here in my little pantry, we open it up. Now I have this nice white door. I originally had hooks on here to hang my microfiber cloths off of. Hold on, I need to let the dog in. Okay, she would just obsessively knock at the door if I didn't let her in. So I don't want to put anything, I don't want to put anything on the paint yet, but I will most likely put a couple hooks back up here once it's cured a little bit. I just love being able to have my cloths kind of hanging on here. But here is the redone pantry. Again, there's still quite a few items in there, but all the items in here now are items that I actually need and we actually use. And so giving everything that nice fresh coat of white paint, I don't know how well you can tell, but everything's really nice and clean. And then I put this beautiful marble contact paper on it. I got this off of Amazon. I'll link it down below. Can you please stop doing whatever you're doing that's really loud? It is really thick, really good quality contact paper. It wasn't super sticky on some of my wood. Luckily, I'm doing a contact paper wallpaper in my bathroom, so I had some Gorilla super adhesive spray, so I just used a little bit of that to fix the areas. I even did the underside here so that we can see it, and it's really nice and neat. But we'll start up at the very top. This is probably hard to see, but those are my towels. So those are the 3 seasons that we're not currently in that I have up there, so that way I can just grab them. They go in order that we will come upon them, so I can just grab them when the time comes. That's all of our extra light bulbs. There's not really any good lighting in here, guys. Extra light bulbs. Those are some other house things that we had that I don't think I showed earlier. So all of that stuff is up there because I don't need to reach that as often. We have all of our sharp cutting knives up here away from kiddos. I've got mixing bowls here. I did put the our extra pitcher and beverage dispenser up there. During summertime especially, we keep those out or in the fridge with more drinks that we make, lots of teas, lemonades, water. So I left those in there so we can get to them. These are all of my various cooking oils so that I can get to that. Back behind the knife here is the guide for my bread slicer. Okay, so yes, bread slicer guide is back there, since obviously I would use that with the knives. I try to group things together in a place that would make sense so it's easy to get to. Okay, so then down on here, this is my my box of mom treats that I put on here because I left this this shelf kind of open because I like to be able to kind of like see everything and have it in here. To be honest, I'm probably gonna have to like put this back here up on top of like the mixing bowls or something because my kids will probably get into it. But all of my stuff here now I can easily see and get to. I've got the sprinkles pulled out because it is Purim. Actually, the day that this video goes up, it will be Purim. So we have everything kind of some stuff here and ready because we'll be making lots of Haman stashen. And then different baking supplies, seasonings, and spices. They are in alphabetical order. I'm kind of a nut about my stuff being in alphabetical order. So it's like that down there, extra vanilla, brewer's yeast, baking powder. Those have all of the different chocolate chips, cinnamon chips, things like that. The flour, peppers here, elderberry back there, lots of sugar, extra pink Himalayan salt, and then the waxed paper and aluminum foil. Again, super easy to get to. I love how nice these shelves are now. And then down here, this is non-food related stuff, but stuff that nevertheless I want to be behind a closed door, especially with little kiddos. So I have my cleaners here. I keep them in these glass spray bottles. Behind them, a couple extra cleaners. There's my concentrates. Here's all my different hand soaps. This is stuff that I do to make like pureed pouches for the baby. So I've got all of those in the basket ready to go. All of my cloths that were hanging, they're all just folded here nicely, neatly. Chicken medicine, because you never know when you're going to need to take care of a sick chicken. Back there's a couple vases with some other stored things. Again, things that we need to access quickly, you know, and be able to get to on the norm. Extra soap and vinegar. And then this is my basket of kind of like random mom thingies that I need to get from time to time. And then I went ahead and just hung up the charcoal bag on a tack down there, so that way it can be in here. Step stool, which also keeping the step stool, that's really cool. It's like a family heirloom. My husband's grandfather built it for his mom when she was little. So super, super special, but I have it in here so I also can easily pull it up and reach the stuff on the top. I don't have to drag a chair over. And then the trash can, which we keep in here so little hands cannot get a hold of it. But see, one day, pulled everything out, cleaned it really well, plus painted and put down new contact paper, and then put back just the stuff we absolutely need, and everything else can go. All right, pizza's here, so we're gonna all go eat and enjoy. But again, it's just now after 4:30. Everything's done, taken care of. It only took a few hours. If I wasn't painting and doing contact paper and stuff like that, it would have been even quicker. But pick a space, even if it's a small space, a drawer or a closet, or tackle a whole room if you're ready for it. Take everything out, literally strip the room bare, give it a good scrub down while it's empty. I even use a little Mrs. Meyer's or something so it smells good, and then go through the stuff. Only put back the items that you literally, seriously need to have in that space. Everything else, get it out of sight, out of mind. Bag it up, throw it in boxes, whatever. Put it in the garage, the basement, the trunk of your car, somewhere out of sight and out of mind. Wait a couple weeks. See if you need to go back and get anything out of there. When that time is over, if you haven't needed to go back and get anything out of there, drop it off, let it go. Look for a local women and men's shelter, look for thrift stores you could donate stuff to, friends or family, whatever it may be. Just let it go. You don't need to hold on to excess. Let it go and bless someone else. Keep what you need. The Lord will provide. You don't have to worry about it. So that's the process that I use for the different spaces. We just took care of that closet. I have more to go that we will continue to show you guys, but hopefully that's some encouragement for you guys as you go and you tackle your space. So you'll have to let me know what space you're tackling and how that goes for you. I'm gonna go enjoy this pizza while it's still hot, and we'll see you guys next Monday. Bye, guys.